All right, wrestling fans, it's Friday. You know what that means. It's time once again for another edition of your WrestleGeddon podcast. We're back in full force this week as Garrett has returned from parts unknown, and Carl is.
I didn't think that was what we were doing. I thought we were doing another episode of What's Carl Eating and Drinking.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that too.
Hey, sorry, my food just got done. So if you see me eating,
It's all good.
I apologize.
It's all good.
No
I try to stay muted while I'm talking.
I'm going to kick it off here on a somber note. This just broke a few hours ago. Afa has passed away today. It was just posted via Dave Meltzer around like 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. Been confirmed by Roman Reigns and Triple H. We lost Sika a couple weeks ago. Off of this week, legendary Hall of Fame tag team now tearing it up between the ropes in that great wrestling ring in the sky. But positive vibes and thoughts and prayers out to, again, the Anoa'i family. Again, rough.
There you go.
Yeah, Afa was 80 years old. It's definitely
80's pretty good though.
80 is pretty good.
Yeah.
He got up there. So I just saw an article yesterday that he was in the hospital. So
Yeah.
see this come out. So.
If you think about like all the other wrestlers that perished, in their 40s and 50s, 80 is a long time in wrestling.
Yep.
Unless you're Ric Flair. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Thoughts and prayers out to the Anoa'i family. Dealing with another tragic loss. Yeah, let's kick it on to the show. Over to the random band entrance theme this week. Actually, you know what? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. How are you guys doing?
Good. Chilling.
Everyone's doing good.
Finishing watching SmackDown. It's about the only wrestling I've watched this week. But we're gonna have a. Nah, I'm just kidding. I've watched not like a lot, but I've watched more than that. I watched most of Raw.
I fast forwarded through all of AEW pretty much this week. Again,
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched AEW in like months. I just can't. I feel like I just see this. I watch highlights on like social media, and I feel like I just see the same thing every week. So
it's pretty much what it is.
Gives me no interest. Gives me no interest in watching.
Mercedes and Cheeto was actually pretty good, and then Swerve took on Wheeler Yuta, and pretty much just destroyed Yuta in that match. So, just wasn't that great. And then Lethal took on Hangman Page, which we all knew Hangman was going to end up winning, just to further the bill to Hangman and Jarrett. So.
Yep.
Oh man, terrible stuff. The AEW.
Yeah.
But they did have
good.
I was gonna say they did have a pretty big announcement this week for the location of next year's All In. So we'll get to that a little later. But what were you gonna say, Carl?
You just answering the question of how I've been studying for the EPA exam. So didn't get to see a lot of wrestling.
All good.
Busy trying to learn refrigerants and what they do to the ozone layer and the global warming, and what years they decided to make them illegal and all that good stuff. So
awesome. That sounds like a good time.
It is.
So when you coming back home?
I'll be coming home Friday. And then I'll leave out for Charlotte again. I just don't know how long I had to do the Charlotte thing for.
Yeah. Well, Charlotte's a better drive to come home on the weekends. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. let's get into it. Random band entrance theme. Where's my music?
Let's
Right there.
kick it.
There. I'll tell you, it was hard to find an image of the Steve Miller Band like younger that wasn't completely in black and white.
I'm sure.
So unfortunately,
Yeah.
I had to go with old Steve Miller Band.
You know, that's something funny. This will show you how old they are. You know who taught Steve Miller how to play guitar?
No.
Les Paul.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, like the dude that invented one of the guitars. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
so, yeah.
Oh man, that's great. All right. So who wants to go first on this one?
I can go first if y'all need time.
Well, I got
Go
mine.
ahead, Carl. I got
All
mine
right,
too.
so-
Go ahead.
My plan was I'm going to be a magician, and my theme music is going to be Abracadabra. Yeah.
Oh, who's that one wrestler? Phantasmo?
Fantastic, but kind of like Phantasma or one of them.
You can start pulling the cloths out of your mouth and then magically pull out some dude's underwear.
Yeah, or like reappear, like Undertaker does. Or rabbit out my hat.
Awesome.
Showing someone.
All right, Garrett, what you got?
I went with
Joker
Hold
the
on.
Thief.
Jungle Love.
Oh. All right.
That's a good song.
That is a good song.
Steve Miller got a lot of good songs. It was kind of hard to pick a song.
Yeah.
It was hard to pick. I went with one that I don't hear too often. I went with My Dark Hour.
Oh yeah, that's a deep cut, Chris.
Oh, deep cut.
Yeah.
So, I grabbed that one. It sounded. I was listening to it. I was like, oh man, I forgot how good the song was. I was like, this is it.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I probably know is because my dad, he had a couple of his albums. Because I don't think that was ever on like greatest hits or anything like that.
No.
I don't think so either.
All right, Carl, what we got for next week?
Hold on, we pull up the name of the band.
That's the name of the band. Pull up the name of the band.
'Cause I don't. No, I never heard of this band, but maybe y'all have. We have Temper Trap. The Temper Trap.
Temper Trap. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
Like temper tantrum, trap, TRAP. The Temper Trap.
Don't tell me this is trap music.
Is it?
I don't know.
What is it?
I was gonna say I've
What's
never.
the name?
Sounds like it'd be like some kind of like alternative band or something.
What-
The
did you say
Temper
the name of it?
Trap. The Temper Trap.
Oh, Australian indie rock band formed in 2005.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
I know the first song. Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay.
Okay. You probably know the first song on there, Chris.
Okay.
Probably not.
I bet you.
I like to Google. Is it good?
So their album's lead single off their first album was "Sweet Disposition."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know that song.
I have never heard of this band.
Was it on like a video game or something, Garrett?
I can't remember. It's a song that I feel like was like it's one of those like one hit wonder kind of things.
It
Oh,
was
okay.
in 500 Days of Summer.
Oh.
2014, it was in the Kevin Costner movie 3 Days to Kill. 2023, it's used in promotional trailers for The Crown.
Okay.
So,
Never seen any of that, so
yeah, never
Me neither.
We'll give them a shot. So,
Do it.
As always, it's always good to
Get somebody you don't know.
yeah.
What was the name of that one band that we kind of liked after we looked them up?
Knuckle Puck.
Knuckle Puck. That was it. It was named after the fucking Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
So bad.
Knuckle Puck. Awesome. All right, let's get into. That is wrong. Okay, click the wrong one. In your housekeeping, what's in your housekeeping is the section of the podcast where we go over anything from previous weeks that we may have messed up on or follow up from something else. I don't have any follow up from anything, but as always, just check out our social media pages, WrestleGeddon Pod on pretty much everything, and give them a like and a follow, and then leave us a review too on Apple Podcasts or iTunes or whatever, and we'll read it on the air. I don't think we've gotten any riveting radio here because I forgot to look this up.
From Scotland. Thank you. Or was it Ireland? Was it Ireland or Scotland?
Ireland. We did actually. We're still in the top 100 in Ireland. This is going on 3 weeks now that we're still in the top 200. So kudos again to our Irish fans for that. We did hit the U.S. charts last week too. I think we charted in at 140 something for the first episode, 149. I think it was, and then within a few days we were off the chart. So out of the 250. But hey, that's some traction.
Yep.
We'll take
officially 104 on the Ireland charts as of right now.
Yeah, but it's a full week from when we came out.
Well, this is daily. So this is on real time.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's been a week since of course we're gonna follow the charts.
Yeah.
You go Monday.
Yeah, I mean we've been on the Irish charts for 3 weeks now, so it's pretty amazing. So we're beating out other podcasts, so it's great. More popular wrestling podcasts. So kudos. Thank you, Ireland. Oh, good stuff there. You guys got anything else?
No, that I can remember.
All right. Nothing.
Does LA Knight have a new theme song? Oh no, that's a shame. Sorry,
I don't think
can't
so.
really hear it.
My TV's on mute, so.
No, it's okay. The crowd is so loud I can't hear it. It's all good. What's new?
Everything. All right, let's hop over to the instant replay. Damn. My God, that man's got a family. That pixelated man has a family. All right. So Tony Khan had a big announcement this week regarding All In 2025, which will be held in Texas at the brand new stadium. It'll be the first wrestling event held there. So kudos to AEW for pulling that off. Let's see if they can pull the attendance like they do in London.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But hey, you never know. Depending on what
their pay-per-views have been pretty good. And they've sold out. It's just the Dynamite shows, and so.
Well, the side of that too, the ticket prices for Dynamite and Collision and stuff are so freaking much that's part of the reason why you're limiting your crowd. You got all these freaking wrestlers that you're paying salaries for that are so freaking high that you got to charge us $300 to sit in like the upper, like the lower bowl of the arena. Like, come on, dude. Like those tickets for WWE are easily like 100, if not a little less than that. Like, it's freaking ridiculous.
And then they ask you to move to the camera side to roller.
Yep.
That's like, you want to fill out your arena, fucking sell the other side for like $50, and you probably sell the other side of the arena.
Well, that's a problem. Like, we can go get good seats at a WWE show for what, $30?
Yep.
So especially
and
arena
nosebleeds, and it depends on like what arena and stuff you're at, because like most modern arenas, there's not really bad seats, so you can get like nosebleeds for like $10, $15. It's like selling tickets.
But I see the difference with, you know, WWE being a more established company compared to AEW. But if you're trying to make a revenue and you're trying to bring fans into your product, that's not going to do it. You know, figure something out there, TK. Like, fans will shell that out for a pay-per-view because pay-per-views are, you know, big spectacles and, you know, all that other stuff, whereas a Dynamite or a Collision really isn't.
You know, it's like minor league hockey. How do they get people to show up for minor league hockey of like teams you've never seen before? They have fucking like $8 tickets, fucking $2 hot dogs, like $3 beers. You can go have a good time. But like, if you're selling it like it's like some kind of like NHL game, you're not gonna sell tickets. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta play to your audience, and then maybe one day you might get bigger and you can charge more. But right now, it's like, dude, like, you gotta be a better alternative to WWE.
And I think with that too is you're trying to fill out arenas that you know right now that you're not going to be able to sell out. Yeah, you were selling them out like your first year because people were excited because there was something new, but you're not going to fill out a 30,000 seat arena right now. So maybe you need to move to a smaller venue.
Or here's an idea: how about kids half price?
Yeah,
right. Do that. You get more kids showing up to your events that might become fans, that might grow up to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to build your base.
And that's the other thing. Like, people bitch about WWE being family friendly and kid friendly, but where's your future audience? It's the kids. Like, you need to keep that content. Like, you can push the envelope, you know, some, and still have some family friendly content, because you need that growing audience. You need to get those kids hooked. Like, when did you start watching wrestling? I started watching wrestling when I was 4. So,
yeah,
I mean, we all started as kids. So
I can't remember. There's pictures of me as a baby. There's pictures of me as a baby at events. So I'm assuming, you know, then.
And that's the thing. Like, we had parents or a parent. Like, my case, my mom was a wrestling fan. My uncle was a big wrestling fan. So I got exposed to it through them. And that's how I started watching it. And that's, you know, how it is. Or, you know, some of us just flip through the channels and go, oh, what's this? Oh, this is pretty awesome. So that's just how it is. And that's what you got to build.
I always love talking to my mom. So my mom used to work security at PNC, so she met like all of them. So like she's seen like The Rock and Mick Foley and Kane and Undertaker and like all those guys come in and out of there and like talk to them and stuff. So it's like really cool to hear like her like little interaction she had with a lot of them growing up.
That's awesome. Yeah. So. I will say though, I did get pissed at my mom one year. I know County Fair back home would do used to do wrestling when they were under like a different owner, like the original owner that they had. They'd always bring in like some kind of wrestling event, and they'd have like, you know, guys that would come in that used to be like WWF or WCW or something like that, but now they're like doing independent bookings. There's one year I went, and it was Doink the Clown. Doink and Dink were in the main event wrestling. I can't remember who they were wrestling. And then a couple years later, like they didn't have it that year. A couple years later, they brought it back again. My mom took my friend. Didn't even see if I wanted to go. My friend didn't even like wrestling. And to make it up for me, she brought me home an 8x10 signed by Axe.
Yeah, I've been pissed.
I was pissed. So
I've been too.
Unfortunately, this is probably one of the few things I regret in my life. I ripped that shit up and threw it in the trash. That's how pissed I was.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at that, I was like, Jesus Christ, like why did I do that? Oh,
Yeah, well, you're a kid, you're mad. That's all it
yeah.
is.
So,
Yeah. There's only one time I remember my parents going to wrestling and like me being kind of like mad and jealous, but it's like one of those things where it's like an adult trip, so I didn't go. But they drove down to Memphis to watch one of Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller's tag team matches at the Coliseum or whatever.
Awesome. Oh yeah, that was pretty much it. And then I didn't go to a wrestling event until WWE came to our newly built arena. Then I met Jamie Noble and Batista. Started doing signings.
Yeah.
The day
I used to go pretty much like every Saturday to the fairgrounds, and then been to a bunch of WCW, WWF at either Municipal Auditorium or I guess it's called Bridgestone Arena now. And even like I had an older cousin like that's like way older than me. He actually became a manager for like a promotion in Georgia. He used to take me to like hole in the wall shows. To like one was like in like a pawn shop thing, like looking building. But yeah, man, it was just like my family's always been. I went to a couple of gyms. I went to a gymnasium to see Sabu come through. Like fundraisers and stuff. Like I'm big into wrestling and going to events and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. All right, let's another thing I got here. Speaking of Meltzer earlier, he finally admitted that AEW was struggling with ratings and ticket sales, which we kind of touched on already with ticket sales. But to see Meltzer finally admit that the thing that he loves so much besides New Japan Pro Wrestling is not living up to the hype anymore.
Yeah.
Poor Dave.
I mean, they got, like I said, they have the roster.
They do.
They have the talent. They put on really good pay-per-views and have like matchups that you want to see that captivate you, but it's just like in between time, like, and you're not doing it every month, so like sometimes you gotta wait a couple months before you get something good out of them. It's like make me care about the shit in between. That's how you know you're successful as a wrestling business if you're keeping people interested week to week.
And people, we talk about this all the time at AEW. There's no build up to these matches. Like, I get like sometimes, okay, so this guy, I called this guy out because they want to see who's better. Okay, cool. All right, but why did so-and-so just come out and attack so-and-so? Like, what's the point? Because then we get to next week and they just have a match and we have no explanation as to why so-and-so did what he did. But then people bitch all the time of like, oh, well, you know, we don't need build up for these matches. Well, why can't we just have good matches? We can have good matches. Like, why can't we have a build up to that match? Why do we have to give that match away on TV and not save it up for a pay-per-view where people are actually going to pay to watch it instead of giving it away on a Dynamite?
Yeah.
And
it's like this. Think about it like this. Who wants to see Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan.
Everybody.
Like it'd be like an okay match. Like if they were just a regular, it was just a regular match. You know what I mean? Like if you turn it into AEW or if you turn it into WWE and you just have like a Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley match, they'd be like, oh yeah, they're not the best, like this and that. But the story, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
there's layers to it. There's layers to it. Like it's a story. People are intrigued. Everybody wants to watch that match. Why? Because nothing about what is going on in the ring. It's like the story they're telling between individuals in the company. You know what I mean?
Yep. And you look at this too. Like if you follow independent wrestling, I don't follow as closely as I do, but I do follow a lot of the Facebook pages and stuff, mainly to let viewers know what's going on in our local talent portion of the show, which will be towards later on. But they post stuff all the time, like, okay, well, so and so is taking on so and so for the title, and this is why. And then you get promo videos from these guys, like, yo, I'm coming after Johnny Jacobs because last week he spit in my mom's face while she was sitting ringside. Like, okay, awesome. Now we know why you're going after him. It's not just because you want the title, because, Jake Jobber spit in your mom's face. So, okay,
Yep.
Go have at it. Kick his ass. We don't get that in AEW for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, the major storyline right now is, like, a couple of the major stories in AEW right now, you have Mercedes and Britt Baker, which the whole build up with that is Mercedes has come in. She's an outsider, which is something that they've done before with Saraya and Britt Baker. Britt being, day one OG, like the face of the women's division in AEW. And then Mercedes coming in and trying to take that spot from her. So that's like your story there. You have Swerve and Danielson. There's not really much of a story there besides Danielson won a tournament and is going to wrestle Swerve for the title.
Yep.
And they haven't done anything like they did with Hangman and Swerve, where they put in those layers of, the personal issues and stuff like that between them.
Yeah.
And then you got MJF and Will Ospreay. Again,
I still don't get the storyline with that. Like MJF, beat Ospreay for the title. Like, was it clean? No. So like
I haven't followed it too much. Like I said, I've been studying in school and stuff.
I watch AEW. I just know that was a feud at some point.
What is like MJF's new? Is he like a Republican or something? Like I don't get his new.
He won the international title.
I know he made like the American.
Yeah, then he made it the American title. So now he's been defending it in other promotions like CMLL and a couple overseas promotions. I think he was in Revolve last week defending the title. So he's just been going on these like overseas tours with this title, the international title as the American title, and defending it. And he's like all in like red, white, and blue as the American champion.
I love it.
Yeah.
So basically, he's dressing like JBL from the Great American Bash.
Yeah, that's how I was like. I don't know if he's trying to be JBL or Cody Rhodes or like what's going on with
something.
Lex Luger from like 1995 or so.
The Lex Express.
When he had a body slam Yoko's in there.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll tell you. All right, WWE this week, Monday Night Raw. Bronson Reed still on the warpath, destroyed both Miz and R-Truth. After Truth got Miz a match with Braun Breaker, but it ended up being Bronson Reed. But we talked about this last week with Bronson. Jesus, Bronson destroying Seth. Then now going on and destroying Miz and Truth. I like what they're doing with Bronson. It's about time they gave him something meaningful. Carl shaking his head. It's been a while since we've had a big guy like this, like that I can really get behind. Like it's like Bam Bam Bigelow all over again. I love it.
I don't know. He's had opportunity after opportunity. Hopefully, he makes something with this, but it's just like he just don't have he doesn't have it. I don't think. No, like slide of him or nothing. It's kind of like when I talk about like Bret the Hitman Hart and stuff. It's just like he don't interest me at all, and he's never been able to build a character that interests me. He's incredible in the ring. He's incredible in the ring, though. I'm not like he's pretty good. He's never really.
They should bring Slick back to manage him.
Something like that.
Yeah, like I said last week, he needs a mouthpiece. Something to help get him over more. So.
To me, he puts me in mind of Brutus Clay.
No, Brutus Clay.
Brutus Clay.
He was over. He got over with the dancing gimmick. Like people were loving it.
Yeah, for so long.
But it's stupid.
They kind of got out after a while. Yeah. Because that's like I remember when he debuted with that dancing gimmick, and people were pissed. Like I was pissed too. I was watching. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because he was getting over being like the heavy for Del Rio, like the bodyguard, and then they take him off TV for a little bit to repackage him, and we're expecting him to come back as like this monster. But nope, we get
he did. Came back as a Funkasaurus.
Oh man, yeah. Aside from the Judgment Day storyline, which we saw all that stuff break down again this week, Priest finally was able to get his hands. They kind of got their hands on Dominic.
Just call them what they are. They're the Terror Twins.
The Terror Twins. Rio was about to give him the Riptide, but Liv saved him. So we'll see more as this develops. I'm sure going into Bash in Berlin, we've got the mixed tag team match with Dom and Liv versus the Terror Twins, so that should be pretty good. And continue the story of the New Judgment Day versus Damien.
I think we gotta get definitely gotta get like at least like a Dom Priest match out of this.
Yeah.
They might go with Finn though. They might end up just doing like Priest.
Well, I think
Finn.
We're definitely getting Finn versus Priest. I don't think we'll see that till probably Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Or
maybe Bad Blood. I could see Bad
Blood.
Yeah,
Bad Blood's after Bash in Berlin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they could probably do that one.
Yeah, because I could see like Finn interfering in this match and helping Dom and Liv win, which would make sense.
Do you think Finn eventually drops Dominic out of it too?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No.
Because you know how they kind of like tease, like Liv kind of messing with Finn a little bit too.
Oh yeah,
like
Finn took the room key.
Yeah,
that could be. I don't know. But then that would make Dom a face. It'd be a pretty big face turn for him. I think people would start cheering him after that.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think he wants it.
I don't think so either. He's a great heel.
I don't think he'll do that.
Think.
Right now.
Oh, speaking of that, he was on
Logan
Paul's podcast, and they're talking about the ladder match. The Eddie versus Ray ladder match, and they were going to suspend him above the ring. Not even in a cage. They're going to put him in a harness above the ring.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I was a kid. I was a little kid. And they wanted to suspend me above the ring by a harness.
So funny.
Yeah, that was a good podcast. And one of those things where they got wiped out with that because I guess he does have a lot of heat, but like that podcast, like he's a really cool dude. And, I like Dom.
Yeah, that was pretty good. The other story that we haven't really talked about too much from Monday Night Raw, we've kind of touched on it here and there. The Final Testament and the New Day,
And Odyssey Jones.
and now Odyssey Jones. We've seen for a while now that Cross has been, planting the seed in Woods' head that, Kofi's just using them and all this other stuff. And then you see it kind of start to develop more now that they brought in Odyssey Jones, and you saw like the looks that Woods is given like Jones and Kofi as like, Kofi was trying to hype them up, and then like he's just less enthused to have Odyssey there. And then you have Cross tell him, yeah, he's just using him as a replacement for Big E. He's like, but not really. He's going to replace you with him. I am glad that Cross is in a decent story, because I think that's what's been missing with him.
The only thing with that to me is like we're kind of getting to the point to where we kind of got too many like factions, like a certain, like you got Judgment Day, you have the Wyatt Six, you know what I mean? Like how many kind of darkish factions?
Yeah, and considering they just added Blair Davenport with Elba Fire and Isla Dawn, and then you got Damage Control. You've got
well, Damage Control is not really like goth. You know what I mean? Like we don't have that like.
Well, I'm just talking like the factions in general. I mean, but it's not any different than what AEW does. No, and Triple H is a fan of like that Japanese style where everyone has like their kind of group and like a faction type thing. So,
I mean, it's fine to have factions. It's like to have like a little diversity in the factions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Legado and Latino World Order.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not like when I say diversity, I don't mean like it has to be like ethnic.
No, we get you.
Yeah.
Like you need a happy faction or like a faction with some good guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not depressed, that are just like
not emo.
Yeah, they're hanging out because they like drinking beer together, like APA.
Yeah, no, I got you. I was just using that because, like, you talk about diversity, and we have 2 Latino factions instead of one big Latino faction.
You gotta go back to like old school WWE where you have like a Puerto Rican faction, a biker faction, Black nationalist faction, degenerate faction, a Canadian faction.
Right?
What'd you say?
You watching SmackDown, right?
Yeah, it's on you.
Can I just say what the match we just watched is proof that you don't need storytelling to have a good match? There really wasn't storytelling in that tag team match, but that match was really freaking good.
Was that for like number 1 contender?
Yeah, but like it was just thrown together.
Honestly. I think they did. Did they do something last week with the 2 of them? I
mean, DIY faced Pretty Deadly. I don't know if Street Profits faced somebody, but that match was really freaking good.
Yeah, it was a good match. That blockbuster finish was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, speaking of storytelling, Shawn Michaels really likes to have these tag team breakup story arcs on
NXT.
So as we saw
killing Trey Miguel and kicking.
So we had that. We had that last week.
Nuts.
We had that last week. This week we had Wesley attacking Joe Hendry as he was challenging Ethan Page.
Yep.
And then later in the night, Hendry tried to retaliate. Ended up knocking Wesley into Pete Dunne, which got Pete Dunne involved in all this. Now we get a triple threat match next week. Number 1 contender for Ethan Page between Joe Hendry, Pete Dunne, and Wesley.
Yep.
And on top of all that, Pete Dunne's dealing with Sheamus.
Yep.
When he beat the snot out of Sheamus Monday night with that shillelagh.
Well, Pete Dunne's kind of been down there because he attacked Ethan Page, I think, at one point, or somebody.
Yeah, he's been going back and forth between the two. I think they're just trying to figure out something to do with them while who the fuck was the tech partner? Tyler Bate. Well, Tyler Bate's rehabbing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyler. Yeah, I was gonna say I know he's out for a while.
Yeah. Pretty awesome
but,
stuff.
I mean, heel Pete Dunne is the best Pete Dunne.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Reminds me so much of William Regal.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're joining us live, either on our Facebook page or the YouTube page, feel free to join in the comments. Got something you want to talk about?
I loved you guys' comments.
Go ahead and
I got some good stuff.
hit us up in the chat. So. All right, awesome stuff here. That was my big takeaway from NXT. AEW, we talked about their continued build to All In. I mean, that's pretty much all the show was. With building up other matches with Hangman and Jay Lethal and Swerve and Wheeler Yuta. There was we did see FTR. Remember that correctly? No. Young Bucks defended against the Acclaimed. Ended up retaining over the Acclaimed. So, yeah. Young Bucks still carrying on.
Yeah, we basically talked about a lot of AEW.
Yeah. And like I said, Mercedes took on Shida, which is actually a really good match. Unfortunately, Shida did not win. So, and that was for the TBS Championship. But one thing we haven't talked about in a little bit, TNA, main event in this week's TNA, Josh Alexander taking on Nick Nemeth for the Impact Championship. Match ended up in a draw. And Josh Alexander going full on heel, hitting Nick Nemeth with a low blow, and then demanding the ref give him 5 more minutes. So, did not get the 5 more minutes. So I'm sure this will continue into TNA's next pay-per-view, which I believe is Emergence, which is on I think it's the same weekend as All In, that Friday before All In.
Nice.
She looks pretty solid.
All In's next weekend?
Next weekend.
Yeah. I had no idea.
That's next weekend. Yeah, the 25th. So Emergence, I believe, is on the 23rd. TNA Emergence 2024. Actually, the following week, so be on the 30th. Okay. In which they did announce the main event will be Josh Alexander and Nick Nemeth for that one.
Nice.
And an hour Iron Man match. Ooh.
That should be good.
That should be really good.
It's one of those things where I'm not a huge fan of Nick Nemeth or whatever he's going by now. But Josh Alexander, man, I think he should probably wrestle a paper bag and have a fucking 5-star match.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Awesome stuff.
I agree with that one.
All right, good stuff. That's pretty much going to do it this week for our instant replay segment. Let's go ahead and kick it over to the Elite Figure of the Week. Of course, is brought to you by EntertainmentEarth.com. Use code FT Collect to save 10% off all in-stock items. Yeah, boy. So
Yeah, boy.
I got a couple things. But one I'm actually gonna a couple.
So, Elite Figures, we got to change the segment.
Yeah. One I'm actually gonna open on the show. The other one I'm just gonna show you guys this. I've been waiting for this for a while, and they finally put it up.
Maybe
San
you
Diego,
just wait next week. Leave them in anticipation to see what it is for next week.
because this is too good.
Chris wants to open it, dude.
Okay.
Chris can't wait that long.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Dude, you said you weren't opening both. The one you're not going to open, just wait till next week.
Well, I'm not
dude.
going to open it now. I'm going to do a separate unboxing video for it.
Oh my gosh.
But I just wanted to show it off because it's freaking awesome, and we've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this for a while. They finally put it up for pre-order, San Diego Comic-Con weekend. Just got it a couple days ago. It is Jazzwares Ring of Honor Briscoes 2-pack.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. This... Wait, since they announced these damn figures, I've been waiting for them to put them up for order. They put up all the other bullshit figures nobody gives a shit about, like fucking Kenny Omega and Claudio Castagnoli and Kyle O'Reilly. When all we wanted was the Briscoes. And there you go.
That's pretty sweet.
Freaking amazing. Even comes with a dog collar from their
Heck yeah.
2 dog collars from the dog collar tag team match with FTR. So.
Yeah, we get them, put them next to your FTRs with collars on.
Yeah, like these are probably some of the better face cams I've seen for AEW figures. They look awesome. The ring gear, of course, is from the dog collar match. Just freaking sweet to finally get like decent Briscoe figures, because the ones that Figure Soy Company put out sucked. We don't count those.
They're like the Bushwhackers or something, but with
pretty much.
Briscoe.
But the one I'm actually going to open, I found the Target exclusive Kofi Kingston as Michelangelo this week. So this it's pretty cool, especially since they just debuted the Ring Attire on Raw this week. So, was it this week or last week? I think it was last week. So they tagged together last week. Pretty damn cool crossover. The other two in the set was Xavier Woods as Donatello and Roman Reigns, who is in the ring now having a stare down with Solo as Shredder. Gonna mute this for a second while
All right, so me and Garrett can talk while Chris rivals his new toy.
Yep.
He's got his Ninja Turtle shirt on, just for this unboxing.
Yep. He had
man. Gotta be prepared.
Yeah. I don't know why they picked the people that they did for these. Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure either. Like, I can see Kofi and Woods, like, especially since they've been known to do gear like this, like comic and pop culture type gear. I don't understand, like, the character choices, like why Rey Mysterio as Raphael? Like, it just doesn't seem to fit.
Because it's fucking Rey Mysterio.
But why not make him like Leonardo and have Seth Rollins as Raphael?
I should have made Rey Mysterio Master Splinter.
That too. Those freaking glasses like rubber band.
I just, I said that he's a deadbeat. Like
no, face scan looks really good on that too.
Yeah.
Love it. The gear's nice. Comes with nunchucks.
I got some drunk people on the hall.
And they spin. Whew. Pretty awesome. I'm psyched for these. I need to find the other two.
That's something like they need to have somebody use that as like a weapon in like a wrestling match. Like somebody hit somebody with some nunchucks.
Didn't Steve Blackman did?
No, he had the whatchamacallit, didn't he?
No, he's
Oh yeah, he did. No, he used nunchucks, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept thinking like kendo stick with him, but yeah, he did use nunchucks a little bit too.
Yeah, kendo sticks, nunchucks.
Yeah.
Who was it? There's another wrestler that had like a martial arts background that used to come out with nunchucks too. More recently, can't remember who it was.
Was it Green Ninja? Go Ninja, go Ninja.
Roman just destroyed Tama Tonga and Solo.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like you make him look weak by having one man destroy him.
Man, I want to see Roman and Jacob Fatu.
Hey man,
we're gonna get it, but I don't think we get it.
Roman is the tribal chief. He's the greatest of all time. You can say whatever you want to say.
Solo is the best fucking thing.
Anybody.
Solo is the best thing that happened to that family, and they need to promote him to tribal captain.
Roman got his thing back. There we go. Got the tribal chief necklace back. And Jacob Fatu.
Dude, took him out.
Took him out with a super kick.
Hell yeah. Fucking break his neck.
Super kicked him with, I think he got him with the boot that he's got on his foot from that busted ankle.
You're like so far ahead of me. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he did kick him with the boot.
Like, dude, I get this boot off, I'm gonna beat your ass.
I would have thought Jacob Fatu was going to join Roman's side. That felt like it made more sense.
No, why would it make sense for the baddest dude to join? Because they're gonna build up to Jacob versus Roman.
We're gonna get Jimmy's gonna come back eventually.
Yeah,
that's gonna be. Oh, they're about to shield bomb Roman through the table. Oh. Took out Roman.
I fast forwarded a little bit. I was a little behind, apparently. So now I'm caught up. I'm sorry to say, Carl, as much as you want Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, which may happen, like the match has got to be Solo and Roman, whether you want it to be or not.
No, they're gonna have so. Don't get me wrong, they're gonna have Solo and Roman, but they're also gonna
still the tribal chief.
Huh?
I said Solo's still the top dog.
I'm not saying he ain't. Yeah, you think they only can have one match out of the whole thing?
No, I'm not saying that. I think the reason why I was saying like Jacob should switch sides is like if they plan on getting Hikuleo in, like then there's I just don't get how they're gonna have everything set up.
They're probably gonna have like a Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu match, and then they probably have a Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa match, and I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming that probably like next review, you probably have like Roman Reigns versus Solo, and you'll have Jacob and them interfere, and then you'll probably have like Jimmy Uso come save them or something like that, and then you'll have Jay come maybe like a week or two later to help out, and then you'll get Guerrillas of Destiny versus the Usos.
What if Jacob turns on Solo and, takes over the tribal chief thing.
Oh, he could.
Then we see Jacob and the the Tongans as the new bloodline.
Versus Solo and
Solo, Roman, and the Usos.
I could see it, I guess.
That's probably a little far
it'd be
fetched, but
interesting.
yeah.
Oh yeah, at this
Well,
point.
so what my thought was going to be is, what you could do, right, is you kind of have like a Solo versus Roman Reigns match. That's the next pay-per-view, and you have Roman Reigns win, right, or you can have Solo win for all that matters, and then at Survivor Series, like you have your Survivor Series match, and you have it Solo versus Roman Reigns, and have the winner of that get to challenge Cody at Royal Rumble for the title, right? You'll have Roman Reigns win the match, and you'll have him versus Cody, and you'll have Jacob Fatu and Solo interfere on Roman Reigns' behalf, and you kind of wonder like why they interfere on their behalf, and then they'll be like, "Well, we got orders from the tribal chief," and then you have The Rock come out as like, "Yeah, I'm the real tribal chief, and we had to get you the belt back because you couldn't do it on your own," and then you can lead into WrestleMania with a Rock versus Roman Reigns match, and you don't have to worry about Cody being involved because he won't be in the Rumble because he'll be the main event of the Rumble.
Yeah, that would work. I think we will get Rock and Roman somehow at Mania.
Yeah, because I kind of wanted to see it last WrestleMania. Like, I wasn't part of the group that was like, "Oh, we gotta have fucking Cody." I mean, it's cool that they like switch plans or whatever, but I would have preferred a Rock versus Cody match than Cody versus Roman Reigns again.
Yep.
I mean, it was a good match in hindsight, 2020, but yeah.
All right, cool. That was the Elite Figure of the Week and some wrestling chatter.
We're not on a tangent on figures. How did we get on fucking Roman Reigns?
From
Michelangelo.
Well, at least Roman was part of that conversation because he is the Shredder in that line. So, no holds barred. No holds barred. Anybody got anything? No holds barred.
I went to preseason game Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it was good. I was cheering for the Broncos because I couldn't cheer for the Colts, but Lucas Oil Stadium, dude, like there's not like I was like in the nosebleeds, but it was like really good seats, like really good. Like you could see the field pretty clear. Versus like I've been to Nissan Stadium and your nosebleeds, you're like way away from the field. You can hardly see what's going on. Not hardly see, but you don't have a good view. But Lucas Oil Stadium is nice. So enjoyed that. Got out of the hotel for a little bit, so it was something to do.
Heck yeah.
You been watching any preseason, Garrett?
I have not. I usually don't watch a lot of preseason.
Okay. When's your draft?
Last weekend. Huh?
When's your draft for your fantasy?
I think it's next Sunday.
You and your brother still do that 2-quarterback league? Those guys? Yep.
Yep.
You gotta watch preseason, man.
I talked about watching this last week, but I was one of a couple people who saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
Nice.
How was that?
Phenomenal. It is by far the best Deadpool movie.
Oh, better than the first one?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! All right, man. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Oh yeah. I assume neither of you have seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. We got kids, Garrett. It's kind of hard to see movies,
Well,
especially when they try to go too and want to see Deadpool. Tell them no,
Well,
and they're like, "Why? Why can't I?"
they cannot go see that movie. You tell them Uncle Garrett said so.
I already told them they can't.
I'm sure they listen to me. Anyways, very
they
good.
can't see it unless we see it first, and then we will let them know if they can watch it.
Chris, they can't see it. I'm just telling you, no.
The only one that the only one they can watch.
I'm just telling you, there's so much blood in this movie. I don't know how they got all the blood that they used.
I'm not worried about blood. They watch fucking Demon Slayer. Like, come on.
Well, I know that, but like, there's a lot. There's a lot.
My kids watch Halloween. Like, they'll be alright with blood.
There's a lot of other stuff too, though.
I'm more worried about the first one, where they had like sexual celebrations for every single holiday for a year, and they kept showing it, like International Women's Day.
Actually, someone was asking me about that. I don't think there's a single like nudity scene in the whole movie. I was trying to think. I don't think there is, or like anything like that. Not that I can think of.
I was like the only one they've seen.
There's a lot of violence.
The only one that they've watched is Once Upon a Deadpool.
And for anyone who's wondering, it all makes a lot of sense, and it flows in with the MCU. Believe it or not.
Well, it's supposed to.
It does.
Yeah.
So,
I heard they Kevin Feige doesn't want to recast Wolverine.
I mean,
a couple articles.
Technically, doesn't have to.
Yeah, shouldn't have to. We already got a good Wolverine. We don't need.
As long as he still wants freaking Hugh Jackman wants to play him, he has a role. I mean,
yeah,
that movie definitely proves that for sure. So, but yeah, you'll have to watch it. It's really good. Absolutely hysterical.
Did they reference the Wolverine movie at all?
Yes.
They did.
There are so many cameos and like slander.
Mm-hmm. I'll spit my drink out. You said slander.
Grandpa Garrett. These kids nowadays with their slander.
Oh man. Yeah, it's on the list to see. I just gotta make time to see it. Oh, awesome stuff. Triangle Terracon ramping up. We got 2 months. About 2 months till that hits October 27th.
Yeah, announced a guest, right?
Yeah, got a couple guest announcements up on the Facebook page. We've got the assassin Wes Harper from Naked and Afraid, and Dante McLevy, who was Darius on 60 Days In. That was his prison name for that show. We got a few more guests coming. We're still trying to nail down one more guest. So hopefully that pulls through in the next week or so. If not, we'll have to pivot and find someone else. Been a lot of fun. Yeah, good stuff there. Lots of vendors. We have a few celebrity guests. We've got the Piedmont Wildlife Center coming, bringing some friends to hang out with and take pictures with. As they call them, ambassadors. Bringing an owl and some reptiles.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's a nice little photo ops with them. I think it says like $6 for a photo with the owl and like $3 for the reptiles or something like that. Wasn't bad pricing, so it was pretty cool. And the kids can learn about owls and reptiles and other animals.
Yeah, very pretty cool. What kind of owl is it?
I have no clue.
No
They
clue.
just said they're bringing an owl. I didn't ask. Spirit Halloween's open in some areas of the state. The one here in Durham has not opened yet.
My son has been to a couple of them in Raleigh. The one that used to be Bed Bath & Beyond over off of 70, like sucks. So far, his favorite one has been the one on Capitol.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Still waiting for this one to open. I was walking around Big Lots, was checking out their Halloween stuff. Posted a video to our Triangle Terracon TikTok, which has gotten more views than a hype video for the show. So, and I was in Lowe's the other day too, checking that, grabbing some light bulbs. Their Halloween selection is pretty solid this year. They got a freaking like zombie scuba diver, like in the full like old school like scuba gear, like deep sea diving gear.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty awesome. Different like skeletons. They got a upside down clown.
Yeah, they kind of up their game a little bit. Usually, like now that like whole like I guess like what's usually like patio furniture is usually like Halloween.
Yeah,
Decoration, yard decorations. They got like the inflatables, stuff like that.
yeah. There's only a few that are open. That sucks.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. For all that stuff to open, so go check out what they got. Who is it? Bishop wants to be Kid Pool for Halloween this year.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, so I got to figure that one out. Spirit has a Kid Pool hoodie, but it's adult sized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think I can make it. I think
Wash it in hot water.
Well, no, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a red hoodie with like black stripes down the side of it, and a Deadpool logo in the chest. So I can probably order a Deadpool logo patch to put on there, and then figure out something to make the black stripes and stuff down the side. Or like fabric markers or fabric paint or something.
Yeah. Garrett looks like he's ready to play NCAA.
He's on mute.
You muted? That's crazy. I've been talking for a while. I said I got something for our next segment.
What's that?
Well, we gotta get there first.
Have you got NCAA yet?
I told you I had NCAA.
You didn't tell me you had NCAA.
I did. I told you 2 weeks ago. Because remember, y'all were asking what the heck I was doing, and I told you I wasn't playing. I was playing something else.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember. I know. It's been a while.
Dude, I'm getting everything thrown at me in fucking 6 weeks.
I'm sure. There's a lot to freaking remember.
All right. Let's kick it on over to the local talent, which of course is brought to you by our Redbubble store. Check out redbubble.com/pod. Go ahead and buy yourself some merch, shirts, some hats, some stickers, some hoodies, and so much more at redbubble.com/people/WrestleGettingPod. Should have did this before we got on here, but let me see if there is a discount currently on Redbubble. And there is 30% off site-wide, so go ahead and check it out and get yourself some discounted WrestleGetting merch. All right, which brings us to the local talent, which is
Let's
all
see.
your
Let's see
upcoming
if Chris has mine or not.
North Carolina indie shows. You got a few coming up. Ooh, let's get too far ahead. We've got the Extreme World Wrestling Capone Memorial Tournament taking place tomorrow, August 17th. That, of course, is in Matthews, North Carolina at the Carolina Beer Temple. Show starts at 5. Go ahead and check that out.
Where's Matthews at?
Right here. It's I see the sign on the way to Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So it's like in between Charlotte and Raleigh.
yeah.
I guess.
We've got Maximum Efforts. Damn it. Go back. I had myself. Maximum Effort also on Saturday, August 17th. That's at the Cross Country Campgrounds in Denver, North Carolina. That starts at bell time is 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. We've got the Icon Pro Wrestling 3rd anniversary on Sunday, August 18th at the Graham Hopedale Road. Jesus. The Positive Attitude Youth Center in Burlington, North Carolina. Damn. And I've got this one here coming up on August 25th. AML Talk is Cheap at the East Rowan High School in Salisbury, North Carolina. I can't zoom in on here. It's irritating me.
Get Jerry the King.
So you got Jerry the King Lawler, Enzo, Bubba Ray, Brock Anderson, C.W. Anderson, Arn Anderson, Psycho Boy Fodder, and I can't remember who that other guy is that's there. There's 2 guys there. I don't remember who they are. But yeah, that's what I got for local talents.
I got one for you.
What you got?
I got one that was sent to me in a text message. It's the I just thought you'd find this funny. They're the National Independent Championship Wrestling Roxborough Rumble. See?
Who's
I
gonna
don't
be
know a
there?
single wrestler in this, but they have the greatest names I've ever heard. The World Championship match is Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews versus the Cuban Assassin.
All right.
They're like secondary heavyweight title is Sweet Daddy versus Crash Cassidy. I just love these names. They're so funny. I don't know a single one of these names. It's just so good. Oh my God, there's a guy named Douglas J. Wentworth III, Esquire. Oh God, it's so bad. I'm sorry, it was funny. It got sent to me
That's awesome.
by an unknown person.
By an unknown person.
Yes. Who will remain anonymous.
Okay. Cool. So there is a local talent. It's your upcoming stuff for this weekend. I know there's a bunch of stuff announced for September already. FWE, Fortitude Wrestling Entertainment, I think that's what it is, has a show coming back to Cary at the Sportatorium. They've got Enzo and Mark Jindrak so far announced for that, and a couple other people. So, should be a good show.
I feel like we talked about that a couple weeks ago too.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Be cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for us. Thank you guys for checking this out this week. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the fans over in Ireland keeping us in that top 250 on the iTunes charts. Let's keep it rolling. US.
I do my Irish accent, but I feel like we go to like number 0 if I try.
That's
so
why I
I'll
did
just try do it.
That's why I didn't do it last week. I mean, it's not as bad as my Little Wayne one, but I mean,
oh God, I can only imagine. I mean, mine's not bad. I don't want it to feel like I'm being disrespectful, you know.
Chris is not even close to Lil Wayne. So I hope his Irish accent like is not that far off.
It's funny. Speaking of like accents and impressions, we were at GalaxyCon, right, and had Matthew Lillard there. I saw him, like, I should go meet Matthew Lillard and do my my dirty Shaggy impression.
Oh God. That would have been.
She's like, you should do it. I was like, you think you'd get a kick out of it?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh
It
man,
made me think of something.
maybe one day I'll do it live for everyone. Awesome stuff. All right, that's gonna do it for us for this week. While Garrett's thinking of something.
Oh no, I'm just trying to pull the picture up. Hold on. I'm just curious if you saw this picture or not. Did you see this picture of Rob Zombie that looks like Macho Man?
Yeah, I saw.
Oh yeah,
the ghost of Rob Zombie looks like the ghost of Macho Man.
That's what- It's so funny.
I'll take it. I love Rob Zombie.
My brother's told me Rob Zombie's like one of the best concerts he's ever been to.
He puts on a hell of a show from everyone that I've known.
He's got great music too, though.
Onto a,
So, like,
onto
that's
a
what helps
zombie
it.
show. So, a friend went to one a couple of years ago and forgot to tell me about it, so I missed it.
Oh
Fucker.
my God.
It's supposed to go with you. Oh, awesome. All right. Make sure you guys
That's
check
not
us out on our social media. WrestleGeddon Pod, pretty much on everything. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your dog. Your dog might want to listen to. Your milkman, your bread guy, all that stuff. Butcher. Leave us a 5-star review, like I said earlier, and we will we'll read it on air. So if it's good, bad, we don't care. We'll read it. Got no problems doing that. So tell us how much we suck. Tell us how much you love us. We're open to criticism. All that fun stuff. But but that's going to do it for us. And we will chat with you guys next week. This is episode 249. Next week, the big 250.
250.
250.
250. 250.
Wait till we get to tree fitting.
250.
Tree fitting.
Tuesday.
Awesome. All right. On behalf of myself, Chris the Heat Matthews, Garrett G Money Munn, and the Tennessee Jesus Carl Crossland, we'll chat with y'all next week. Later, Marks.
Later.
Later.